DPWH. Ang maglingkod ng tapat, gantimpala'y karangalan, tunay na yaman, gagalangin kailanman. Sa public works and highways, matibay ang samahan, budhi ang sandigan, laging maninindigan. Daan sa kaunlaran, tulay sa kinabukasan, serbisyo ang tungkulin ko, trabaho ko, dangan ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tapat at marunong pinagkakapuri ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, taas noon nagdiring ko. DPWH, buong pusong nagdiring ko. DPWH, ipinagmamalaki kong paglingkuran ang Pilipino. DPWH, 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 DPWH. Ang maglingkod ng tapat, gantimpala'y karangalan, tunay na yaman, gagalangin kailanman. Sa public works and highways, matibay ang samahan, budhi ang sandigan, laging maninindigan. Daan sa kaunlaran, tulay sa kinabukasan, serbisyo ang tungkulin ko, trabaho ko, dangan ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tapat at marunong pinagkakapuri ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, taas noon nagdiring ko. DPWH, buong pusong nagdiring ko. DPWH, ipinagmamalaki kong paglingkuran ang Pilipino. DPWH, 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 DPWH. Ang maglingkod ng tapat, gantimpala'y karangalan, tunay na yaman, gagalangin kailanman. Sa public works and highways, matibay ang samahan, budhi ang sandigan, laging maninindigan. Daan sa kaunlaran, tulay sa kinabukasan, serbisyo ang tungkulin ko, trabaho ko, dangan ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tapat at marunong pinagkakapuri ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, taas noon nagdiring ko. DPWH, buong pusong nagdiring ko. DPWH, ipinagmamalaki kong paglingkuran ang Pilipino. DPWH, 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 DPWH. Ang maglingkod tapat, gantimpala'y karangalan, tunay na yaman, gagalangin kailanman. Sa public works and highways, matibay ang samahan, budhi ang sandigan, laging maninindigan. Daan sa kaunlaran, tulay sa kinabukasan, serbisyo ang tungkulin ko, trabaho ko, dangal ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tapat at marunong pinagkakapuri ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tatlong nagdirig ko. DPWH, buong pusong nagdirig ko. DPWH, ipinagmamalaki kong paglinturan ang Pilipino. DPWH, 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 DPWH. Ang maglingkod ng tapat, gantimpala'y karangalan, tunay na yaman, gagalangin kailanman. Sa public works and highways, matibay ang samahan, budhi ang sandigan, laging maninindigan. Daan sa kaunlaran, tulay sa kinabukasan, serbisyo ang tungkulin ko, trabaho ko, dangal ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tapat at marunong pinagkakapuri ko. DPWH, Pilipino at marangal, tatlong nagdirig ko. DPWH, buong pusong nagdirig ko. DPWH, ipinagmamalaki kong paglinturan ang Pilipino.
Good morning to all of us. Our activity is pre-bid conference of for the 9 civil works project. We're still part of the NEP 2025. So we stand for the morning prayer to be followed by the singing of our national anthem.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. All-powerful God, we praise and thank you as we gather once again for the pre-bid conference. May we ask you for your blessing and guidance. The activities set for this undertaking may be successful. Open our mind for us to think wisely. Put us with understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities for the success of the pre-bid conference. We ask this in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, pelos ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay, lupang hinig.
So let's take our seats. Once again, good morning to all of us. Before I formally open this meeting, may we ascertain from our head of our back secretariat if we have the quorum.
Morning, Mr. Chairman. Yes, we have a quorum.
So with that, I now call this meeting to order. Again, good morning. Uh, do we have any audience on our YouTube channel? Wala? Yes? So, wow. So at this point, I would like to acknowledge the presence of everyone, starting from the back secretariat, Engineer Christian Foronda, and our resource person for the said project. So we have Engineer Abraham Elmo M. Bernardo. Abraham. Is that how do I have to pronounce that? Abraham? All right. Then Elisaya Vicente. O yun. Paano ba yung pagkakapronounce mo? Tama ba? Okay. Oo parang girl no? And then, mas matindi ito. Eric Kimuel Pagarigan. Eric. K ito. K. Eric. Oh, tama. Eric Kimwell. Then we have Engineer Mario Villanueva Jr. Engineer Tom Adriel B. Cabanes. And then Engineer Lorraine Granil. Engineer Cassandra Joy C. Gonzalez. And we also acknowledge the alternate of J. Frank. And on the presidential table, we have end user for maintenance project, Engineer Raboy Sevilla. Then for all types of procurement, Engineer Renato Martinez. Thank you. Yours truly, Engineer Antonio Bautista. So these projects were posted and advertised on the our government website, PhilJeps, and on our bulletin board. So this proceedings is guided by the rules and procedure of RA 9184, otherwise known as Government Procurement Reform Act, and other relevant issuances coming from the GPPB and the Department of Public Works and Highways in form of memorandum circulars and department orders. So with that, we start. We call on... ba't walang nakalagay? Ito. We call on for our first project, Engineer Elmo Abraham. Tama ba? Abraham Bernardo. For 25 CJ 0045. Isa lang nga sa'yo? Isa lang? Alright, sige.
Good morning. For 25 CJ 0045, construction of Paniqui drainage system, phase 2, Paniqui Tarlac, located Paniqui Tarlac, along Paniqui-Camilingwawa Road. The scope of work is rehabilitation of concrete line canal with paver blocks, curb and gutter both sides with an average height of 1.7 meter. Construction of concrete, plastic and fiber pipe, structured wall pipe, high density polyethylene pipe with a diameter of 2.1 meters along carriageway and a diameter of 1.0 meter as cross drain at every 50 meters. Rehabilitation of 4-lane pavement and shoulder with a total width of 16.8 meters and a thickness of 0.38 meters. Application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow, with a duration of 248 calendar days.
Do we have any questions? By the way, acknowledge the presence of our one of the regular members and the incoming back chair, Engineer Jojo Ong. So do we have any questions? So hearing none. Thank you, Engineer Bernardo. We call on Engineer Cassandra Joy Gonzalez for 25 CJ 0046.
Good morning. Today, I am going to introduce a project with contract ID number 25CJ0046 with contract name Retrofitting or Strengthening of Permanent Bridges, Guiteb Bridge, with bridge ID of B04671LZ along Paniqui-Ramos Road. The anticipated contract duration is 126 calendar days, and this bridge has a length of 34 linear meters with 4 lanes and a total width of 16.9 meters. The scope of works of this project includes, first, the general requirements, second, surface course, which includes emulsified asphalt with a quantity of 676 square meter. Next is bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid 50 mm with a quantity of 676 square meter. Next is the bridge construction. First is we have the expansion joint, 30 mm gap, steel finger type, with a quantity of 14.64 linear meter, and it is located at abutment A. Next is carbon fiber sheet with 2 layers, with a quantity of 115.2 square meter. Next is waterproofing on deck slab, liquid applied. We have 498 square meter. Next is epoxy injection on crack with a quantity of 69.30 linear meter. And lastly, we have the miscellaneous structures, which includes reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, color white, with a quantity of 14 square meter. And lastly, we have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, color yellow, with a quantity of 14 square meter.
So, y- y-
Opo. Morning, everyone. I'm Mario S. Villanueva Jr. from Planning and Design section. I'm here to present project ID 25CJ 0047. Construction of flood control structure along Rio Chico River, segment 27, Victoria Tarlac. It has a target length of 240 linear meter concrete slope protection from station 0551 to station 791 with project duration of 200 calendar days and approved budget for the contract amounting to 62,725,000. The length of steel sheet pile to be driven after the concrete coverage chip is 9 meters. The scope of works comprises of surface courses with 250 mm thickness of Portland cement concrete pavement with a width of 6.1 meters, earthwork with 200 mm thickness of aggregate sa base course, and lastly, bank slope protection works.
So, do we have any questions?
Catapult, sir. Meron po. $150 lang po yung thickness ng kabila, sir.
So, you may proceed with your next project.
Next. 49, sir. Project ID 25CJ 0049. Construction of bank slope protection along Rio Chico River, segment 42, Victoria Tarlac. This project has a total length of 185 linear meter concrete slope protection from station 791 to 976 and total project duration of 181 calendar days and approved budget for the contract amounting to 48,250,000. The scope of works of these flood control projects are as follows. Surface courses with 250 mm thickness of Portland cement concrete pavement having a width of 6.1 meters. Earthwork with aggregates sa base course and bank slope protection works. The length of steel sheet pile is also 9 meters and Z-type po, sir. Apo, lahat po ng Rio Chico, sir, magkakasunod. Tapos Z-type po lahat.
Oo nga, no, parehas na Rio Chico.
Ano yan, sir? Hanggang 42. Dalawa pa yan, sir, na Rio Chico. Lagpas, sir. Nasa 1.2 yata, sir. Wala pa kami project sa kami, sir. Mayroon pala, sir, pindangan. On program. Opo. Sakto siya, sir. Opo, sinakto po namin. 616 na like, sakto po yung opo, konting cut. Maliit po kasi yung Rio Chico, sir. Kaya sinakto lang po namin dun sa kung saan po yung dike. Opo.
All right. Thank you, Engineer Villanueva. We call on Engineer Tom Cabanes for project ID 25CJ0048. and 25 CJ 0050. Oh, yun lang, dalawa eh. Okay.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Engineer Tom Adriel B. Cabanas and I will be presenting two projects. For the contract ID number 25CJ0048, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Malayep, Gerona, Tarlac. Scope of works includes the complete construction of a two-story barangay hall with a dimension of 13 meters by 7.58 meters, with demolition of existing structures, an old daycare with a dimension of 9 meters by 4.5 meters, and an old storage area which has a dimension of 3 meters by 3 meters and also includes removal of trees.
Sige, next.
For the next project, with contract ID number 25CJ0050, with the contract name Construction of Multipurpose Building, Daycare, Barangay Cruz, Victoria, Tarlac. The scope of works includes a complete construction of a two-story daycare from structural to architectural finishes, which has a dimension of 9.4 meters by 8.5 meters, and also has a demolition of existing structure with a dimension of 4.1 meters by 7.1 meters.
Oh, makanya yan. Yan. Oo nga. I-adjust nyo na lang sa actual, no? Boy, patapos. Oo. Sige. So we call on the IRIC Pagarigan for 25CJ0051. IRIC.
Good morning, everyone. I am Engineer Eric Kimel Pagarigan, and I'll be giving a brief information about the contract ID 25CJ0051 with the project title of Construction of Bypass and Diversion Roads along Manila North Road to Tarlac San Miguel via Macabulos Road, Tarlac Phase 1 Tarlac. Presented on the screen, the yellow line represents the project itself. It is located along Macabulos Drive, Romulo Boulevard, behind the lot premises of Fiesta Communities San Rafael. The beginning station of the project is around the front of Kamal Kalinga Housing Project in Barangay San Jose de Urquico. The length of the project is almost 1.15 kilometers, wherein more than 1 kilometer of the project is only a left side construction because the right side is already done. With a project duration of 193 calendar days and the total construction cost of 96.5 million. The scope of work focuses on the construction of unreinforced PCCP with different thicknesses of 30 cm and 15 cm with HDPE pipes embedded 2 meters deep from the finished grade line. In coordination, earthwork excavation is the majority of work. Apart from this, the project will also provide few solar LED street lights along the sidewalk, and retaining walls will be constructed on embankments higher than 1 meter for slope protection. Yung nasa right side po yung MNR, sir. Yes, sir. Doon po sa may crowded area. Wala po, sir. Yung color pink po, yun po yung Macabulos Drive, sir.
Wow. Para makawan Mga bandang August ka rin tayo kaya. Yung pink,
Yes, sir. Yung papunta po sa likod ng Camp Aquino po yan, sir.
Thereafter ka nito, balang August na ng...
Yes, sir.
Kasi, wow. Siyempre, sabihan na ka. August, ba't September?
Yung ano po.
Activity na. August, mag-renew ka parang panayang September. Makorek na Tagkapan ganita, gyangit ang mag-renew. Eh, tayak ma. Nais tuya mo, okay mo itang masacrifice kung bagya. Para at least naman, sali sa iyo. Sali sa itang kalendaryo tamo. Eh, sali sa sir, kung kaya kanya na. Wow. Wow. Total, ala naman sanksyon ito, yung pangkaling man, August. Kasi 1 month eh. August mo, September. Thereafter kanta, niya ito.
Ang access road pa lang po siya, hindi pa po nakakontrata.
Di ba? Muna sali sa iyo mong kanta. Okay? Thank you. Now, we call on, sino ba? Engineer Lorraine Granil for 25 CJ 0052. I will go down in this story na may sacrifice.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Lorraine, and I'm here to present contract ID number 25CJ0052, contract name, construction of multipurpose building Daycare, Barangay San Agustin, Gerona, Tarlac. The scope of work, complete construction of two-story daycare with a dimension of 11 meters by 6.5 meters, and demolition of existing structure with a dimension of 8 meters by 9 meters.
Do, abid mo naman. Abid mo naman yan. Abid mo naman yan rin ang kaya. Kaya ako tingin kung bakante. Alika, at least abid mo naman nga rin. Abid mo naman nga rin NEP 2025. Wala nang tanong? Hindi, hindi, kala ko may nakaparadang kotse dyan. Tatanong ko kung anong brand eh. Wala naman pala. Kung nga, yan pang maraming pang mag-bounce out, tabid mo naman yan. Ring 2025. So, thank you, Engineer Granil. We call on Engineer Elisaya Vicente for our last project, 25 CJ 0053.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Engineer Elisha Vicente from Planning and Design Section. For our last project with a contract ID 25CJ0053, construction of flood control structure along Susubaan Creek, segment 30, Ramos, Tarlac. This project has a net length of 415 linear meters with a total project duration of 244 calendar days and approved budget for the contract amounting to 96,500,000. The location of the said project is located within the vicinity of Paniqui-Ramos, Tarlac. The pink legend emphasizes the Susubaan Creek with the general features are as follows. A basin area of 298 square kilometers, a length of 15.9 kilometers, a river width of 15 to 30 meters, and a channel depth of 4.5 to 5.5 meters. The green legends gives prominence to the proposed flood control project as shown in the presentation. The scope of works of this flood control project are as follows. Surface courses with 0.25 meter thick of Portland cement concrete pavement, having a width of 6.1 meter, earthwork with aggregate sub-base course having a thickness of 200 millimeters, and a back and slope protection works. The length of steel sheet pile to be used is 9 meters. Thank you.
Do we have any questions? Mm-hmm. So wala tayong tanong. Be reminded that if there will be some set changes that necessitate the revision of plans and specification, bid bulletin will, supplemental bulletin will be posted accordingly. So the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.